Hey guys, it's Maymay and we are back for part 3 and what I think is the final part of our shadow box creation. It's time now to start doing the decorations on the forward part or the outside of the box and also the back. I learned my lesson the last time I did a shadow box, and that is that I need to make sure I do the back nice and flat before I add the pieces that go to the front of the shadow box, because I can't lay it flat if I do that. So we're going to do the back side first. My plan is just to find a great piece of paper and glue it down. I think that's really all the back needs, but I did want it to have some pattern. So let's look at the paper pack, what's left. So I had a little flip through of the paper pack, and there's really lots of ideas and lots of ways to do this. One is you could create a whole scene on the back if you wanted to, or you could do like I did in my fall version where I did Christmas on one side and I did fall on the other. You could totally do that for this. I don't believe I'm going to do this one as a two-sided. I think I know what I want to do here, but one thing you might want to consider, since this is going to be the back of your shadow box and no one will see it, one of two things. Either paint the whole thing black and let it go and you don't use any paper, or pick your least favorite paper from the pack and you can put it there. But for me, the way I will display this, the back of it might show, and I think this will be cool. So I decided not to use these 2 pages. I think I can use them somewhere else. But this piece here kind of says everything that the inside of this box says to me. I think I'm going to put this on the back and just let that be the back of the box. That way, if I put this maybe on a sofa table or on an end table or wherever I put it, the back is still pretty if it's seen through a window or from around the corner. It still looks neat and clean. So as is usually the case, paper companies are typically a little generous with the paper. So it's usually a little larger than 12 by 12. And as with that shadow box is usually a little off kilter because it's not a perfect wood. It's kind of a, not distressed, but it's not perfect. It's just kind of off kilter in places. It's not perfectly square. So I'm trimming this piece down just a little bit. I took about 1/8 of an inch off this side and 1/8 off the bottom. Now, another thing I want to caution you about. If you run this paper all the way to the edge so that you can kind of feel it hanging off the edge, you will run the chance of the paper getting ripped away. This is a little too far. Let me show you what I mean. If I have it like this, if I just run my hand up the side, see how I'm picking that paper up with my hand? That makes the opportunity for this paper to get torn off over time. So we're going to trim it down a little bit so that it sits just inside that edge that we painted anyway. Remember, we painted it so we would have this little bit of give there. So that way, watch what happens with my hand. When I do this, I'm not catching the paper and I get a lot less opportunity for the edges and the paper to get torn away. Because we want to use this for a long, long time, not just for one season. So we want to think about that too. All right, so that means I need to cut 1/8 of an inch again. And again, I just do this in little sections and test it and then do it again. I don't want to overcut. So I'd rather cut multiple times than, overcut it and waste a whole piece of paper, if that makes sense. All right, so let's bring our shadow box back over. I think this is going to be good. That's why I kind of put my trimmer away. All right, I feel like this is much better. And what you can do is just line it up and then just test all the corners. So hold it in the middle and just lift. See, I'm not catching that paper. It's nice and sunk in all the way around. So we're good. All right, let's glue it down. Again, I'm just using art glitter glue. You could use Mod Podge. You could even coat it with a sealer if you wanted to. This is going to be an indoor project for me, so I'm not too concerned about that. I will tell you this, the full sheet of sticky adhesive that we have in the store would work great too. So if you have some of that you need to use or want to use, this is a great spot for that too. All right, art glitter glue all the way around. And then I do like to come into the middle and add some as well, just for safekeeping. All right, let's glue this guy into place. And I do not have much wiggle time with art glitter glue, so you have to get that done pretty quick. That is gorgeous on the back. I love this. This just really ties it all together because it really shows, if we flip this around, we have an idea of what the front is going to look like. All right, so there's the back. And here's the front. This is the part I'm most excited about. We get to start decorating on top of the black piece there. This is where I'm going to play with stickers so much. Now, you may find, because these are stickers and not chipboard pieces. In my first project I did this with chipboard pieces, so they were a little sturdier than what my stickers are going to be. So I may decide to back them with some chipboard, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But for example, this little piece here says, "Come, let us adore him." How pretty is this if we take it and maybe we come right here under the shepherds and it gets mounted here like it's a sign that hangs over. It's so pretty and it creates this dimension on the piece. Or if we put it here, okay? So what you want to do is you want to think about which stickers you want to put where. Let's break it down one square at a time. Let's start with this one. I would like to focus on the angel here because we really haven't. We've got our shepherds and our wise men. We've got baby Jesus, but I really haven't focused on the angel. And there's this sticker that says, "Angels we have heard on high." And is that the only one that talks about the angels? Pretty much. Let's use that one. Let's use this, "Angels we have heard on high." And I am going to back this in chipboard. So let's go back to our chipboard. So I have this little piece of chipboard and I have my sticker. I'm going to come into one corner here and stick this down. And by doing this to one corner, I only have to cut two sides and not all three sides. You can do this on your paper trimmer, but I'm just going to do it with my scissors. And I'm just going to cut right beside the sticker. And this will help to make our sticker more sturdy. I don't know if this paper pack had chipboard pieces. It might. They may be on back order. We just might not have gotten them yet. But sometimes you can buy these that already come with those little pieces. And if they do, use that and you don't even have to make them yourself. But let's say you have an old paper pack in your stash that didn't come with chipboard pieces. You can totally do this and make them chipboard pieces all on your own. So look, all done. Now, let's hit the edge of our chipboard with some Distress ink just to make it look like one solid piece. Bringing our little scene back over. I think I want this either here or here. Maybe here since it's kind of close to the angel there. I'm not sure if I want it to be the centerpiece or if I want it here. This is where I want it. See, that's how you do it. You just lay this around until it just makes sense. And it just really does to be that close to the angel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some glue. And then I'm going to glue that to that outer section of the shadow box. Again, I'm not gluing it overlapping. I'm giving myself a little bit of edge so that when I reach up like this or this gets touched on the side, it's not going to pull this little sticker off. Look at that. That's so pretty there. I love that. So cool. And the dimension is amazing. Look at this, how it brings all that dimension together. Love it. All right, let's see what we can add here in this little area. I love this piece that says "Always Seek Him." I'm feeling like it might need to be down here in this area, kind of above where the wise men are underneath. So I think I'm going to make it for here. But again, I'm going to cover it in some chipboard or put it on some chipboard so it'll be nice and sturdy. Now this one will take a little more time, a little more patience because I got to cut on the curve, but it should do just fine. So I got that one mounted to chipboard, and the same thing again. I'm going to ink the edges. This really hides any imperfections in our cutting, and it brings it all together. Now this one I'm going to mount here, and I think I'm going to mount it, I wanted to mount it in the center, but I don't feel like that gives me enough support because it's right on that one bar. So I think I'm going to mount it where I can at least have it touching two and kind of up at an angle to this one. So the middle and this one, and I think that'll hold it nice and tight. So I'm going to put some glue, put some glue across the center here. And then where else? At the top here. You can also add it to your board to be safe. But I think we'll be about in the right spot like this. So I got that laid like I wanted. I got a little glue here and there, but don't worry, that'll go away. That will dry clear. All right, so we have that sticker there, that one there. What do we want to put here? I still haven't decided. Let me look. So I found this little sticker that says "All is Calm," and I mounted it to some chipboard. You've seen me do that, so I just went ahead and did it. And I really want this one to live about right there. I think that is so cute, right over the city, just reminding us that all is calm, all is bright. Isn't that cool? I love it. So little glue on that outer edge, like so, and then stick this guy down. I love how this is looking. It's very simple and very clean. I love that look. I thought about putting something here, but I'm not sure if I am because I kind of like how everything's kind of popping, very simple, very clean like that. I might not do much else. I'm going to study on it for a second and decide. So I decided to do one last thing. I'm not overdoing this box. I'm going to put some bling in it. I think it'll be pretty to put these little blings in like they're stars, kind of in the background. And then whenever it hits the light, we'll be able to see them. I just think it'll be pretty. So this is a sheet of bling. And what I've done is I've cut the little pieces apart so I can use them individually. And I'm going to use my pokey tool and just grab a little sequin. Okay, and then I'm going to press it to the back and get back there and then put my finger down and hold it down. I can do that. Oh, look what that does. It literally makes it look like light in there. So I'm going to do that all over the place. Now, couple things. Number one, if you have a pickup stick, you can totally do this with a pickup stick and not have to use your pokey tool. And it might even be easier, but I've misplaced mine. I cannot find my pickup stick. So I decided just to use my pokey tool because I'm not going to stop over that, right? I'm having too much fun. All right, let's put this guy down here. So look at that, what it does to the night sky. All right, I'm going to go underneath here and add some. There's one there. The cool thing, it really doesn't matter where it goes as long as it gets back there because all of that is pretty much night sky. And I'm going to do that in all of the holes. Even if I don't have a whole lot of sky, I'm still going to do it because I think they'll pick up the light, and I want to make sure that the light is kind of dispersed all over the piece. So I'm having to lean it up where I can see it, and then I can push it down into place. See, even that little bitty spot matters. It looks like light in there. It's beautiful. Okay, I'll do this all over, and then we'll come back and look at it. So without overdoing it, I added that little bling inside of each spot that I could. Again, I didn't overdo it. I don't want to coat it in glistening jewels, but I love it. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole box. So there you go. That's the entire shadow box, and I'm in love with it. I think it is so pretty. It was a little bit more work because I had to do some painting and some kind of making of things. Not a big deal, though. I really enjoyed every bit of it. Making that manger was super fun, and it kind of challenged me. So there it is on this side. Everything stands up and stays in place. When you turn it around, you'll see that on the back we have that beautiful manger scene paper. Not manger scene, but it's got all the elements of the nativity here as well as here. I love it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this process. I hope you enjoyed the 3 video process. I really did, bringing you along. Even though it might have seemed a little long in places, I wanted to show you everything I was doing. I thought that was really cool. Hey, there you go. That's the completed project. And you know what I'm going to say. If you try this, and I really hope you do, I want to see what you make. Head over to our website at maymaymadeit.com, and in our customer gallery, add your photo and let us see what you're creating. If you want to pick up any of the supplies I used today, you can do that at maymaymadeit.com as well. If you want to see the other parts of this video, I'll have them linked below as well as in an iCard so that you'll be able to see all of the pieces and parts as this went together. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.